All right, we in the shop today. Just got done working on Vic's 96 DCM. And now we're working on another 96 DCM. Belongs to my boy Marvin. If you go back in my videos, this car used to have some Ruchis on it. It's one of my more popular videos. It's installing a matching steering wheel on a 96 Impala with Ruchis. This is the same car. He's sold those Ruchis because they were ugly. And he's got these Stratas. I think these look a lot better. 24s. He's got some nice interior stuff. Got some speaker pods, rear deck, you know, all the goodies. But what we're working on today is replacing, and you know what, I had already started doing this, and I'm like, man, I need to be filming this stuff. This is gold, Jerry, gold. If you caught that reference, we're best friends. If you caught that reference and you know what that's from, and the guy's name, comment, and now we're best friends. But anyway, we're replacing this whole melted Fusebox piece right here. Pretty common mod. There's a replacement one that's brass. That's a lot better. When I rewired the sound system on this car. Like, I didn't do this. I did some other wiring in the back a couple years ago. Whoever initially hooked up the sound system, they had the power wire for the sounds on this. Don't ever put your sound system power wire on your Fusebox. I could go into all the reasons why you shouldn't, but don't do it. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't put your power wire for your sound system on the Fusebox thing. Put it directly to your battery. So that's what he had initially, and of course it got hot and melted all that. He was having some intermittent running issues. You'd be driving, it just shut off. It has never shut off on me since I've had it. I've had this car for about 2 weeks now. Haven't driven it a whole lot, but the little bit I have driven it, it's never shut off on me. Marvin came and got it to go to the car show in Caffeine and Octane. And I did a video there before, and it shut off on him after he left my house. So I guess it doesn't like him, it likes me. But since I wasn't able to replicate the problem, I don't really like doing this. And I explained this to him, but he was like, man, I just want it fixed. So I knew it wasn't a fuel issue. So the only thing that I could think of that intermittently causes the car to shut off after a certain time, and then it'll crank back up no problem, is the ignition control module. Either that, or could be fuse box is loose or something like that. So I already changed the ignition control module. So now I'm going to, be a long day, change this brass fitting on the fuse box. And I got a part number for y'all. I'm not going to be doing this very much longer, I'm going to tell you right now. But here's the GM part number for the little piece. It comes with the new cover. It comes with the whole assembly like this, with the new nut, and this is brass now. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. This piece just slides out, and it's one bolt that 10 millimeter that connects the fuse box to here. Slide it out, put the new one in, you're good to go. So I'm gonna do that now and show you guys how to do it. All right. So the first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery to make sure there's no sparky sparks. And then what I do, just to be extra precautious, I hook up a test light and make sure there's no power going to any of this. No power, so we're safe to take this apart. So 90% of the time you're gonna need an impact to get these off, just because it's on there pretty good if it gets stuck. So this is your main wire that comes from the battery. So now, where is the screw? There it is. So what I'm going to do now is get a flathead so I can pick this piece up, and then we'll probably going to use an impact to get this bolt out, because it is sitting there pretty good, guys. So let's see what we can do. All right. we get a flathead, and it should just lift up here. Come on. Oh, why won't it lift up? Oh, I got disconnected first. Okay, that's fair. That is fair. But we can do this. Lift the whole fuse box up. Ah, there we go. Get us a better angle on it. Oh, it is. Yeah, it should just come right up. Oh, it goes down. It goes down. Does it? I don't know. All right, well, let's just get this off and then. All right, so let's see if we can get this on there. There we go. Oh, all right, right off. All right, so there's that. There's that piece. So now, full disclosure, I've never done this. So, you know, I've done quite a bit of work on these cars. This is something I haven't done yet. So we're learning together. Told y'all, man, I don't know everything. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. All right, so. Still, let's see, okay. So there's gotta be some type of release for this. That's the only thing I can tell. There's gotta be some type of release for this to yeah, because yeah, that's just this is just this one piece right here, but it's like, how does this clip in here? Oh. Let me show y'all what I saw. So I remember there's this thing here, so I think this has to slide out and that will release it. Let's see. Let's try to slide this out. Yeah, I remember this. Let me get a small flathead. This out. That's this. Let's see if it comes out now. Nope. So that didn't do it either. I was wrong again. How do you get this out of here? The only other way I see this coming out is if I cut it. But then how can I get the new one on? Because the new one has to go on the same way. It slides upwards, not downwards. So I gotta figure out how to get these pins out. That's the only way. That's the only way. Oh, maybe I have to release. I think, let's see. Looks like there's little reliefs. Oh yeah. There's one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I got it. Yep. This thing's just being... Oh, got it. Look at... Oh. So, I can show y'all what I was doing. These little reliefs right here. So these go up and click. So you got to push these down so it releases. That's it. So actually now I got this off, I can straighten this out. So, got that out. Now, this should slide off no problem. Ha 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 ha! All right, slide the new one in. Oh wait, I need to make a thumbnail. All right, we got thumbnail action. All right, now let us install the new brass whatever majig. I don't even know what this is called. Fusebox connector terminal. That's how I would explain it. Boom. All right, so now that's in. Ooh, that looks nice. I should have took a picture to put it on Instagram, like before and after, but I did not. And I'm not about to put this back together, and I'm not about to take it back apart. So, I mean, put it together with the old one again. So, yeah. So I think this attaches at the back here. Yeah. So now I should be able to just scoot this thing up in there. And of course, it doesn't want to go. Can you imagine if this thing was hot, like this terminal was hot and like it had power? It'd be friggin' welding all over the place here. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing back in there. Because it's bent, it doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, so we got these ones. Come on, go in there. You know you want to go. Go in your hole. Why don't you want to go in your... Oh, there it is. Another movie reference. Tell me if you caught that one. We could also be best friends if you caught that one. Go in your hole. That's your home. All right. So I guess just put those in there till they click. So it clicked. Yep, they're in there. Reinstall your plastic retaining clip. Look at me sounding like a real instructional video. Alright, and then I wonder why it didn't come with a new bolt. That would have made sense. But okay, it's alright. So put the new bolt in. Look at there, look at that. Where is cross thread much? Yes. Torqued. All right, well, looks good to me. All right. Fusebox sits back in there. Right. Screw back on it. Look at that. Good as snow. Look at that. Look at that pretty little... Oh, we gotta fix this. Okay, hold on. I might be able to do it with this one. Let's see. If we can... Good to go. All right. Now that's better. Look at that. And then there was another wire. Here it is. Whatever this is for. I think it's for his voltage meter in the dash. So that goes on there. And I think that is more than likely going to be a 15. Quince. Let's see. Yep. We just want to snug this. You don't want to... That should be good enough right there. No need for the ugger-duggers. Put our fuses back in. It's in there. Okay. All right. I just realized this car, as much work as I've done to this car, Marvin, it doesn't have an OTG sticker anywhere. That ain't right. All right, well, let's hook the battery and all that crap back up. You know, he got like all kinds of sounds in here, so I had to hook up 17 million cables, but we got hot. So we are good to go. So that's it. I think this may have been my shortest video yet. And that's how you replace your Fusebox power stud thing. Oh, make sure I got no boogers this time. Your Fusebox power stud thing. So that's how you do it. Pretty simple. Like I said, I've never done it before, so I just figured it out for the first time. So if I ever need to do it again, now I know how to do it, and so do you. So I'll see y'all in the next one.